Ranganui Walker. Presentation on his lifeworks and his legacy. Joshua Martin 2023, Box, Ranganui Joseph Isaac Walker was a member of the Wakatohia community. Walker is a highly regarded academic historian and activist. His work offered great insight into Māori literacy and various other subjects. Walker was a passionate advocate for education and made substantial contributions to his published books and articles. Irwin, N.D. In 2003 he was honoured with an appointment to the Waitangi Tribunal, and his book Ka Wai Tonu Matau, Struggle Without End, published in 1990 provides a unique Māori perspective on recent history and extends to the origins of the Māori peoples. Walker sadly passed away on February 29, 2016. Too many. He didn't die for nothing. He was leaving a fantastic legacy for future generations to carry his torch and push the equality just like he was to do. This photograph of Ranganui Walker can be found on Itangata 2016. Walker created the most important book for Te Reo Māori literacy called Ka Wai Tonu Matau, Struggle Without End. Summarized, it is about the continual struggle for self-determination, justice and sovereignty for the Māori people in Aotearoa, New Zealand is the central theme of Walker's 2004 Ka Wai Tonu Matau, Struggle Without End. This book critically analyses Māori people struggles, including land rights, cultural preservation, language, and reparations. Walker emphasizes the ongoing fight of the Māori to restore the cultural legacy and political authority through an analysis of the significant moments within Māori history. The text further discusses how we perceive and deliver people's experiences in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Ranganui Walker was born in the Bay of Plenty in 1932. Walker was raised by his aunt and learned about the Māori culture and language at a young age. Despite the societal expectations of his time to assimilate into mainstream society, Walker made it his mission when he became older to promote and preserve Māori culture and language throughout his life. In 1953, Walker married Deidre Dobson, who he met while studying at the Auckland Teachers Training College in Epsom. They had 3 children and faced challenges due to their interracial marriage, as both sets of parents had concerns. However, Walker believed that the key to overcoming racial issues in the country was through experiences and integrating with different races, according to Paul and Spoonley 2009. When Walker was 12, he was enrolled in St. Peter's Māori College in Auckland. He later decided to follow higher education at Auckland Teachers Training College, and worked as a primary school teacher for 10 years. In 1962, he received a Bachelor's of Arts and a Diploma in Teaching, followed by a Master's degree in 1965. He completed his doctoral studies in 1970 with a thesis he titled The Social Adjustment of the Māori to Urban Living in Auckland, Malcolm et al. 2021. In addition to academic goals, Walker was also a dedicated advocate for his community. He organized multiple leadership conferences to help educate others, focused on urbanization, gangs and Māori land. Wikipedia, 2021. In 2001, Walker was made a Distinguished Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit 2001. In appreciation of his contributions to Aotearoa, New Zealand literature, Ranganui Walker was given a $60,000 2009 Prime Minister's Award for Literary Achievement in Non-Fiction. In 2012 he received a Distinguished Alumni Award from the University of Auckland, Reed NZ, 2017 January. Upon the passing of Walker in 2016, John Key, the Prime Minister at the time, expressed his condolences, and recognized Walker as an insightful commentator on significant historical and current topics, as well as a dedicated and enthusiastic advocate for the Māori people. Helen Clark, a former Prime Minister, took to Twitter to express her sadness at the news of Walker's death, stating that he was one of New Zealand's finest individuals, a highly regarded academic and writer. Stuff Co. NZ, 2017. Te Reo Māori Aotearoa Map, New Zealand Map 360, 2018. According to Tamayo's and De Silva, 2017, ancient Polynesian navigators explored the Pacific Ocean, New Zealand ultimately being the final destination of their journey. The migration took place gradually over thousands of years, covering a vast distance of around 40 million square meters. The navigators used natural elements such as the stars, moon, sun, and ocean currents to guide their journey without the aid of any types of modern instruments. The success of their navigation relied on well-built canoes, the skills of the navigators, and favorable weather conditions. The entire community was involved in building the double-hulled canoes, powered by sails and a big oar in the center. The navigators used the 7 Matariki stars to guide them on all of their journeys. Connection between the history of Polynesian navigation and the fight against hegemony is vital as it showcases the Polynesian cultural resourcefulness, toughness and self-rule. Their mastery of navigating the Pacific allowed them to preserve their independence and counteract outside attempts to rule over them. Therefore, the history of Polynesian navigation can be a potent symbol of resistance against colonialism and other forms of domination. Ranganui Walker was a determined supporter of the Māori people, and a perceptive commentator on vital historical and modern issues affecting Māori and other indigenous communities, also connected to this topic. By bringing attention to the history of Polynesian navigation and its link to the fight against hegemony, Walker's work emphasizes the significance of cultural resilience and independence in the face of colonization and other forms of oppression. What else that Walker and Ka Wai Tonu Matau, Struggle Without End, discusses is the Polynesian navigation of Polynesia, which is the second chapter in Ranganui Walker's book, Te Hikenga o Ngā Waka, the departure of the canoes. The central theme mentioned in this chapter is Polynesian migration, and the importance of canoes in settlement of the Polynesian Triangle from Hawaii, Rapa Nui, to Aotearoa. For example, Walker, 2004, noted that this took 600 years to complete the colonized environment. That was 995 parts water to 5 parts land, showing us how dismal the land area they had to work with, proving that they had to rely on other means to find ground and safety. Walker, 2004, pg 24. In conclusion, Ranganui Walker was a force for fighting hegemony in Aotearoa, New Zealand. He was a highly regarded academic, historian, and activist who dedicated his life to promoting and preserving Māori culture and language. His book, Ka Wai Tonu Matau, Struggle Without End, is considered one of the most important works for Te Reo Māori literacy, and provides a unique Māori perspective on the ongoing struggle for self-determination, justice, and sovereignty for the Māori people in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Throughout his life, Walker made large contributions to the Māori communities through his academic pursuits, advocacy and activism, and was recognized by numerous awards and appointments. He will be remembered as a dedicated advocate for the Māori people, and as a legacy for future generations to continue the fight for equality,